Is it easier to clean my teeth with braces or Invisalign? Time for some PFOing so you know where you're going. Plastic clear aligners like this, they can be used to move your teeth, and then you have the traditional good old braces.
Nice.
That's how you move your teeth, that's how you beautify your bite. First question, which is easier to clean with? The simple answer to that question is, more than likely, it's something like clear aligners, because you can take the plastic on and off of your mouth. Right, so that's a huge advantage. And if you have the flexibility of being able to take your trays in and out, really you should have flawless hygiene. The cavities, the spots, all should go down. You still have people that get cavities and spots on their teeth with Invisalign or clear aligners because they don't take care of their teeth.
Why?
If we're just going simply stated, which is easier to clean? Probably the clear aligners. Before we jump to the next part, remember, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel so that I can open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites. What about the braces? Does that mean that if you get braces that you're just gonna get all sorts of cavities and spots on your teeth?
I hope not.
Not necessarily. I have seen lots of people, adults and children, that spend time with appropriate hygiene and they have great teeth and gums while they go through treatment. You've probably seen it. It might have been you. Where your gums were just super puffy and they bled when you brush, and that's because you're not spending enough time keeping them clean. So even though it's probably easier to keep your teeth clean with Invisalign, it doesn't mean that you can't keep them clean with braces. So how do you do it? You've got a few major contributors to good oral hygiene. One, brushing. That's probably the most important thing for me. When I tell my patients that go through braces or Invisalign, brushing is the key for long-term oral health. How do you brush your braces? I happen to have a green toothbrush here. Here's a few good techniques, okay? One, you take these bristles, these are the bristles, right? And you stick them on top of the brackets, right? On top of the brackets, and you shove them down in between. Can you see that? Can you see how I'm going in between the brackets? It's probably something like this. You get those brackets up on top, and you see how I'm doing like these circular motions. Ooh, circular. And then even come underneath the brackets, right? Come on the underside of the brackets, right? And do the same thing. Get underneath. Make sure that those bristles, you should be able to see them pop through those brackets, right? Look at that. I just sent all those bristles through that bracket. See that? Under the brackets, over the brackets, right in front of the brackets. Those are all really important. And you do the same thing for the bottom, right? You do the same thing for the bottom. You make sure you go on top, make sure you go underneath. Circular motions is not a bad thing. And then try to get those bristles up in there. That's how you brush. The most important part of proper oral hygiene with braces and with Invisalign, brushing. What about flossing? You always hear about flossing from your dentist. How do you floss with braces? Well, you can go find a pack of these floss threaders, but it's this like very thin, right? Looks kind of like a needle, except it's not a needle. It's very flexible. Boing. It's got this giant hole, and just like you're sewing, you take some floss and put it through this hole, and then you pull it until you have both ends just like this. Okay, now you take this floss threader, it allows you to get some places, because without the floss threader, it's hard to push that floss down in between the wires. But what you do is you get your floss threader and you go in between the brackets and the wires, all right? You get it through, and now you've got a portion of the floss on this side of the bracket and a portion on this side of the bracket. See that? Then what you do is you're gonna grab the floss one end, pull the other end off there, and now you've got your floss underneath the wire with no floss threader. And then you can go in and you can do your normal flossing in between the teeth because you're under the wire. Make sure you floss both sides of your tooth. That's how you use the floss. And you're like, oh, I gotta do that for each tooth? Yeah, unfortunately so. If you have the Invisalign, you're trying to floss, you don't even need this. You just do the normal floss, pop, 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 all the way around. And then rinsing. Rinsing is really good, I think. Rinsing with water, brushing, flossing, those are all just very simple, easy techniques that you can use to maintain good hygiene. It's a little bit more challenging with the braces, but it can be done. He can be taught.
That's right, he can be taught.
Anyways, remember, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or you have personal experience with the challenging nature of brushing and maintaining good oral health during your orthodontic treatment, leave a comment below. And of course, consider subscribing to the channel so that I can open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites. That's all I've got, just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.